and it was painful. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're joining me for the first time, then welcome. I am going to do a bit of a different video today. I've been doing a lot of videos where I'm running around, trying different clothes on, doing my makeup. But today I thought just sit down and just chat. I wanted to talk about something that I tried to look a lot up about, if that makes sense. So growing up, I was very interested in which type of hair removal would be best for me. So I naturally have thick hair, but I am fair. So I have tried quite a few different techniques of hair removal. So I thought I'm quite well experienced to be able to sit down and discuss my experiences, what I found to be best, what I would avoid like the plague, and what I would maybe recommend to people with a similar hair type to me. So I've got my little iced coffee ready because it's about 28 degrees here in the UK at the minute and it is boiling. So just bear with me if I get a bit of Sula. You'll know what I mean, name the film. So yeah, sat down with my little iced coffee. This is like my own little Starbucks version, because there's no Starbucks around here, we're in the middle of nowhere. So first of all, I just wanted to mention where it all started. Now, I went to a boarding school. I was very privileged enough to go to a really good school in southeast of England, whereby I boarded, so I got really close with girls, and growing up, I actually am very grateful for that because I started boarding when I was about 11. Even though I saw my parents quite a lot throughout the week and everything, it eased me in to adulthood really nicely because you're surrounded by teachers that know what they're doing. They've raised girls of that age for years, so they know that the changeover, the puberty, the mood swings, everything that a girl at that age needs to know. The teachers have been there, they've dealt with them, they've experienced it. And B, you're surrounded by girls who are going through a similar experience to you. So that was quite nice to have girls to be able to talk about things like that too, who weren't going to judge you. They were also thinking the same questions themselves. And yeah, it was a nice learning experience to be able to do that with girls of a similar age. Our boarding school, as I say, I started at around the age of 11, which is around 11, 12 was around the time that puberty hit me. So including my legs, wanting to start shaving my legs. And I always remember my mum being like, no, you can start shaving when you start your period. And then I started my periods quite young, so I said, I've started, can I now shave? But I really wanted to get an electric shaver because one of my friends had one. I don't know why, I think it was just copying her, but she had one from quite a young age, so I always really wanted one of them. And my mum said, no, you're better off getting a normal shaver. Of course I didn't listen to her. I said, no mum, I want an electric one. Now electric shavers, in experience, they're not very good. They don't get a close shave to the skin like a normal razor would, so they are definitely one thing that I would never resort back to using, just because they don't get a close shave. I don't really see the point in them, and yeah, I think it was a sort of thing that I was inexperienced. I didn't know about hair removal at that age, and I just wanted to copy a friend, so I would never get one of them again, or never use one of them again. And then I started using a normal razor. Now again, because my hair's quite thick, I find when I shave, even the day after, my hair starts growing back that soon. So I pretty quickly realised that shaving probably wasn't the best option for me, purely because of the regrowth. My hair grows very quickly and it was just a nightmare having to shave and then the next day feeling like, well, it was a waste, and then having to do it again, but then getting shaving cuts because it was too fine, blah blah blah. So I wanted to resort to waxing. So I pretty soon realised that waxing was better suited to me for my legs, and this is the sort of time that I then started shaving under my arms. I've always shaved under my arms, I've never changed, I've never waxed, I've never done any kind of laser hair removal under my arms. I find it so easy to shave them that's the method that I will stick with and just keep doing for under my arms. But as for my legs, I realised that the effort and the time I had to take to shave my legs, decided it just wasn't right for me. So I started getting them waxed. I think I went, if I remember rightly, with my mum the first time, or first couple of times, to get them waxed. So I was quite young, so I think she paid for it. But the more older I got and the more I have to start paying myself to get them waxed, each time the expense, especially as a student and everything, I realised that I'd make a better investment in an epilator. So I did purchase an epilator years ago, which I no longer have, but the one that I currently use is, it's very similar, but you can just use it in wet or dry, and it's this one. It is the Panasonic, as I say, wet dry epilator. This, I believe, you can use, it's got a shaving head as well, but like I said, I don't use electric shavers, so I've never used that. But it also has different sized heads, so this is the one for the legs, then you can also get one for the bikini. So I just use this one, and I would probably say that I epilate maybe every 3 to 4 weeks, and then that's fine. There's hardly any regrowth. What's good about an epilator is you can get the hairs when they're really short, so you unlike waxing, you don't have to let the leg hairs grow out so far to the point where it's pretty grim, and you can just keep up to date with it every sort of 3 to 4 weeks, which is so much better than shaving every other day. And also, they've grown back so much fairer, so much finer, that even when they do grow back a little bit, you can't even, they're so unnoticeable, if that makes sense. So that's the kind of method that I now use on my legs. On the odd occasion, I will go and have like a full leg wax done, because I only epilate up to just above my knee. I don't touch my thighs. So whenever there's a special occasion or a holiday or something like that, what I will do is let them grow out a little bit and then just get a full leg wax done at the salon, or epilate and then shave the top half, just because I cannot epilate my thighs for the life of me. It's the most painful thing, and when you're having to do it yourself, I just can't do it. I cannot do it. Leg waxing, going and getting them done, I'm fine. Like, it hurts a little bit, I can easily bear it. It's the sort of pain that you kind of get used to, and the hot wax is quite a nice sensation. Then it's a simple rip off and it's done. So I'm fine with that, but I cannot epilate my thighs. I don't think I ever will be able to, but that is the sort of method that I now use currently on my legs. I recently came across laser hair removal. I have tried 2 different techniques. I've tried at the clinic, which I bought a course of 8 sessions. I think it was £450-ish, and I basically had my bikini done. I asked about getting my legs done. They said my legs, unfortunately, were probably too fair to see the same results that I would see on my bikini. So I didn't opt for the legs because it was over £1,000, and if I wasn't going to see perfect results for that kind of money, I just would prefer to just stick to epilating every 3 to 4 weeks with the odd occasional full leg wax. That's fine. It's a bit of a pain, but it's so like not that often that it doesn't bother me. As with the underarm shaving, maybe every other time I have a shower or every time I wash my hair, that's fine. I can live with it, and it's in my routine now. If, however, it was successful on my legs, I would have a full laser hair removal on my body. I'm just too fair. My arm hairs and everything are just too fair for it. They say the prime candidate would be like an English rose, someone with fair skin and dark hair, because the laser essentially kills at the root, kills the pigment. So the darker the root, the darker the hair, and against the lighter the skin is the perfect combination for laser hair removal. Now, the laser that I used at my salon was, it may be different to other different forms of laser treatments. So that was just what I went for, and I will put the name of the clinic that I went to below so that you can always ask and investigate maybe what laser hair removal form they use and what machines they use. But that is what I've had done down there, and I've just finished the 8th treatment, so I'm in a position now where I can talk about how successful it was, how painful it was. And it was painful. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. It was painful. I think, to be honest with you, I have quite a high pain threshold. I can deal with waxing my legs, everything. I've had Hollywood wax before. It's painful, but I can do it. The laser was fine across the top, so let me just clarify. Okay, so I had not bikini line, but I had Brazilian. I wanted Hollywood, but it was too painful, and so I decided to go for more of a Brazilian, whereby it was more around the edges. This is so intimate, I don't even know if I should be talking about this, but anyway, it was so painful in the middle that I said no, I actually can't do this. And around the top, I think, okay, let me put this into perspective. It's a completely different pain to waxing. They explain it to be like snapping an elastic band on your skin with a little bit of heat, but they gave me at my clinic like this big air blower thing that blowed really cold air, so it almost kind of numbed it, and then you were in control of it. You could control if it felt a bit hot or if you were a bit uncomfortable. If you put that on the area where it felt a bit uncomfortable, it was that cold that it kind of numbs it a little bit. They also put on a cooling gel. They also put on some aloe vera afterwards, so the aftercare and everything is really good. I did experience a little bit of heat rash. I'm quite prone to getting heat rash, like on holidays and things, on my arms and a little bit on my chest, so my skin can be quite sensitive to heat. So I'd say the last 3 or 4 treatments I experienced a little bit of heat rash afterwards, but they said that's entirely normal. Have an antihistamine, you can put on a bit of like anti-itch cream if it's that bad, and that solved the problem straight away. So it was normal. Knowing that that's a normal sensation to experience for a lot of women and men, then that kind of reassured me a little bit, and I was fine to carry on and finish the course of treatments. So all in all, I would say laser is the best thing because it's so permanent. I then don't have to do anything now and I'm sorted. It's easy. It's so much, it's just a weight lifted off your shoulder. You don't realise how much of a pain, especially that area, because shaving, you can get nicks, you can get ingrown hairs, it can be uncomfortable, it can itch, you have to do it maybe every other day. It's just a nightmare. So then waxing it was good, but again, it only lasted 3 to 4 weeks. Laser, it'll last at least a year, if not more, at which point I might have to go for a little top up just to get a few sporadic hairs that show. Other than that, it's done. Like, it's gone. The hair has gone. If I could do that on my legs, if I could do that on my arms, if I could do that under my arms, well, I probably could do under my arms actually. To be completely honest with you, it's the expense of it. It's a very expensive treatment. It's worth it in the long run for me there, but for my underarms, it's really not a pain for me to shave them. I'm fine with it. It's not uncomfortable. I don't get ingrown hairs, I don't get rash, and it's just easy. So for me, the money isn't worth it. If I could do my legs, I would. They're just too fair, unfortunately. So I would definitely recommend, of all the treatments, laser. Now, one other thing I just wanted to mention as well was this. I was kindly sent the Panasonic IPL at home. It's not laser hair removal, it's IPL. So I've done a full blog post review all about this product. If you wanted to read it, I'll leave the link to it below. Now, it is essentially an at-home treatment that allows you to zap your hair. So what I'm going to do is, I wanted to wait until my course of of laser hair removal at the clinic was completed. What I'm going to do is use that to use on those sporadic areas if they show up in a year or so's time, to see if I can avoid paying the expense of going for those top-up treatments, which are about £70 each. So I'm going to try that. I'll let you know what I think. We're a long way off there yet. I think I've pretty much discussed all of my experience and how I found hair removal over time. When I started, what I found worked for me, what I found didn't work for me, and I hope I gave a little bit of an insight to you as to what perhaps you might want to do. I will leave all the information below, like I say, for the laser clinic that I used, the Panasonic IPL, the epilator, and any other relevant information. I'll leave it all below. So do let me know what you think of this video. Let me know your experiences of hair removal. It's a pretty intimate thing, but I'm intrigued because I like to know other people's experience. Like I said, I wanted to research it myself. So let me know what you've gone through. Let me know your experience. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you again next time. Bye guys. With girls of a similar age. So what? So the phone's ringing. Let me just wait a minute. I'll have a sip of my coffee whilst I wait.